News Eye on Agriculture with Britton Rucker.
USDA says farm income is bouncing back, but not everyone's cashing in. The winners and losers next. Plus, all this rain may be good for some fields, but could spell trouble for corn in parts of Kansas. We'll talk with a K-State agronomist about what farmers can expect. And we speak with a Kansas farmer who's eagerly waiting to get back in his cornfield. What he has to say about all this moisture. Good evening and welcome in to Eye on Agriculture. I'm Britton Rucker. The USDA is forecasting a sharp rebound in farm income for 2025, but the details show a split story. Net farm income is projected at nearly $180 billion, up more than 40% from last year. Most of that improvement comes from federal aid, with direct government payments tripling to over $40 billion. Crop receipts, meanwhile, are expected to fall to their lowest level since 2007. Livestock is the bright spot, with cattle and egg prices driving animal receipts to an all-time high. Still, rising debt and higher interest costs continue to weigh on producers. The USDA warns the sector is relying heavily on government support, leaving many farms vulnerable to policy changes. The U.S. dairy industry facing a major challenge as a shortage of replacement heifers that threaten the future of milk supply. A new CoBank report says inventories are at their lowest in 20 years and could shrink by another 800,000 head over the next 2 years. That comes as more than 10 billion dairies processing plants are expected to demand higher milk volume by 2027. The shortage stems from strong beef markets with record high prices, pushing many dairy producers to breed beef calves instead of raising replacement heifers. Analysts say farmers are turning to sexed semen to boost dairy heifer numbers, but the new calves won't be ready for milk production anytime soon. Experts warn that to maintain supply, producers may need to slow down cow culling, a tough ask after years of herd reductions. Farm equipment manufacturers are bracing for major cost pressures after the U.S. imposed a 50% tariff on imported steel and aluminum. John Deere has already pledged to impact at $600 million for 2025, and they've pegged that impact. Case IH says it's somewhat insulated since most of its machines and materials are sourced domestically, though pre-sold equipment faces unexpected back-end cost. New Holland says the challenges are unprecedented, forcing companies to diversify suppliers. The bottom line, equipment makers are working to keep products flowing to farmers, but tariffs are reshaping cost, supply chains, and ultimately prices. We're keeping an eye on agriculture now as the U.S. House approves a bill to reauthorize the Federal Grain Standards Act. It first passed in 1916, giving the federal government oversight for inspection, weighing, and marketing procedures. Now, one key update requires the USDA to prioritize improving grain grading technology. Kansas Congresswoman Sharice Davids spoke in favor of the bill, calling it a critical move to update technology and ensure foreign buyers are confident in American goods. If the Senate and President Trump also approve the bill, it would need to be reauthorized again in 2030. Most of Congress isn't rushing into a new farm bill this month. Most of what's typically in a farm bill was included in the One Big Beautiful Bill. Kansas Congressman Tracy Mann is praising July's package, which added $66 billion for agriculture programs over the next decade. The current bill that expires at the end of the month is an extension of the 2018 version. Congress failed to pass a new farm bill after repeated stalls over SNAP funding.
What's left to do, I'd call it Farm Bill 2.0. Some people call it the skinny farm bill, some conservation programs, some other things, and look forward to working on the Ag Committee to hopefully get that passed later this year.
Now, for producers, July's bill also boosted crop safety net programs for 6 years and made it easier for ranchers to get drought relief. The USDA rolling out free RFID tags for swine. Starting this fall, producers and exhibitors can order no-cost electronic ear tags for sows and show pigs through a new program from USDA's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service. The effort is designed to strengthen disease traceability and protect the nation's pork industry. Merck Animal Health will supply up to $20 million worth of tags over the next 5 years, with orders placed online and shipped directly to farms. Officials say the program will speed up disease response and reduce risk to producers and communities. Later on Eye on Agriculture, first it was not enough rain, now it's way too much. Why farmers in South Central Kansas are worried about this year's crops.